Arizona Republic sports columnist sorts out what it's going to take for the Cardinals to move past last year's 3-13 record. Cardinals general manager Steve Keim attends the annual NFL owners' meetings on March 24. Photo, Ralph Freso, Associated Press. Stick with Josh Rosen? Draft Kyler Murray, or Nick Bosa, or Quinnen Williams? It's not going to matter unless the Arizona Cardinals are on the same page from the front office to the field. Conversations with coaches around the NFL leave the impression that the importance of the relationship between team president, general manager and head coach can't be overstated. So, if the Arizona Cardinals are going to turn things around from last season's debacle, it's going to take cohesion at the top. It might be a challenge because Michael Bidwill, Steve Keim and Cliff Kingsbury don't have a lot of experience working together. But it won't be impossible. Are you a sports fan? Stay in the know. Subscribe to AsCentral.com today. The first order of business should be defining their roles. There's 32 companies that'll have plenty of latitude here. Steelers coach Mike Tomlin said there's no one way to do it, I couldn't speak globally. Tomlin said, considering how leadership structures function best in the NFL, I know that there's 32 companies, and they all have a business model. Probably different in a lot of ways. Our model works for us. General Manager Kevin Colbert and myself work hand in hand, and we report directly to Steelers President Art Rooney. Regardless of the specifics, there's always going to be pressure on the final decision-maker. Raiders coach Jon Gruden speaks to the media during the NFL Coaches Breakfast at the NFL Owners' Meetings in Phoenix on March 26. Photo, Matt York, Associated Press. It all starts with the owner. Raiders coach Jon Gruden said, "These guys got a tough job. They're managing billion-dollar teams. Some of these things are more expensive than that. It's hard to imagine being an owner and turning over that investment to coach and a general manager. It'd be hard for me if I was an owner. I would have very high expectations and big demands. I think it's got to be a collaboration of men working together, so, regardless of how Bidwill, Keim and Kingsbury interact, and how much defensive coordinator Vance Joseph factors into that, they'll have to be of the same accord. It seems that they're in a good place here, having agreed already on the air raid offense and 3-4 defense. Differences of opinion that dictates plenty as they move toward the draft, but there will be needs and conflicts along the way. Does Kingsbury get a new quarterback with the no. 1 pick, or does Joseph get a pass rusher? How important is each position group on the draft board? What matters more, measurables like 40-yard dash times, or intangibles like toughness? And how will money play into personnel decisions? There's always gonna be differences of opinion like there are in any field, but you've got to be able to work through those. Miami first-year head coach Brian Flores said, "Thank you. You're almost signed up for sports breaking news. Keep an eye out for an email to confirm your newsletter registration." More newsletter. His experience in New England gives weight to his insight. He knows what it takes. Communication, first and foremost, that's the most important piece, Flores said. In Carolina, there's constant communication as to the direction we're headed, what's happening, how things are focused. Panthers coach Ron Rivera said. He said it's a good system. I like what we have with team owner David Tepper, Rivera said. Communication is daily. If we can't do it in person, he'll call. He'll text. It has been daily, especially during this process of getting through free agency and the draft. Accountability means vulnerability. Rams coach Sean McVay speaks to the media as he and Los Angeles Chargers head coach Anthony Lynn left view the new Los Angeles Stadium at Hollywood Park on a monitor during the NFL owners' meetings. Photo, Matt York, Associated Press. It takes trust for it all to work. That means consistency and stability over time. But there's another way, according to Los Angeles Rams coach Sean McVay. We talk about accountability. In a lot of ways accountability means vulnerability, he said. A lot of people think you trust, and then you're vulnerable. But if you demonstrate the ability to be vulnerable, I think that leads to trust. This helps make sure everyone moves together. That doesn't necessarily mean you agree on everything, he said. But you have to collaborate and figure out, alright, what's best based on all the things that we're weighing with this decision. Look for the Cardinals to emulate much of what's happening in Los Angeles, given the similarities between McVay and Kingsbury. They're both young, offensive guys who call plays. Neither had previous NFL head coaching experience. They both have defensive coordinators who have run their own teams in the league. The Rams have a more horizontal than vertical leadership structure, which could work well for the Cardinals. Regardless of whatever the roles and the responsibilities are or how you allocate them, McVay said, it all goes back to communication. Everyone deserves clear and open and honest dialogue, and everybody understands, okay, what do I need to get done to check off the boxes to be able to do my job at a high level, but also be understanding and empathetic to the other person's perspective. That's how Cincinnati's new head man Zach Taylor saw it when he was the Rams quarterback coach in LA. I saw a great relationship between Sean, GM, Les Snead and team president Kevin Demoff, he said. That's one of the reasons why that organization was so successful, because they were one unit. There were no egos there. They were able to communicate effectively and put the best team on the field, regardless of whether that team features Rosen, Murray, Bosa or Williams. Reach more at gmore@ascentral.com or 602-444-2236. Follow him on Instagram and Twitter at WritingMore. There's plenty more where this came from. Subscribe for videos, columns, opinions and analysis from the Arizona Republic's award-winning sports team. Watch The Shot Clock close. Will Josh Rosen attend Cardinals workout there? Will he be traded? Will the Coyotes make the playoffs? Bob McManaman and Richard Morin discuss. Brian Snyder, Arizona Republic.